Welcome, everybody, to another Let's Talk Jurassic, your weekly live stream here from the Jurassic Park Podcast. And I am your host, Brad Jost. And tonight, we've got the Jurassic Mailbag. It's going to be live. We're going live with the Jurassic Mailbag. We've got so much to talk about, some emails, voicemails, all kinds of fun stuff. Jen is here. We're going to get to her in just a second. But first, we're going to go in and take a look at what's going on here. You might see a fundraiser down there for the Trevor Project. Go ahead. All Jurassic June and Pride Month, please go ahead and donate right there. But please, as Jurassic fans, help out all the communities that are out there, okay? Not just your own. But let's go ahead and take a look at our website real quick and see what was our latest episode. I don't even remember. Oh, it's kind of old news at this point, but theme park news. There was all kinds of theme park news, all kinds of stuff like that. Please take a look at the website there, JurassicParkPodcast.com. You can find all of our latest episodes over there, but also Tales from a Jurassic World. That's been airing as well, so you can find that. Did I upload any videos this week? I don't think so. I've been busy. What do you want from me? All right, so yeah, no, wait, did this not reload? There we go. Episode 5, Peace Before the Panic. Tales from Jurassic World, episode 5 is the latest episode, and then that theme park news one as well. So please check out those. I haven't had any other podcasts out recently, nothing from the Forest Cast, nothing from Grim Grinning Hosts, but yeah. We're celebrating Jurassic June a little early. And yes, we're going to have some fun for Jurassic June. We are excited. We're going to get things started for Jurassic June and Pride Month here and get things going. But before all that, and we'll kind of explain what the process is here for the Jurassic Mailbag in just a second. But I'll welcome in Jen. Jen, how you doing?
Hi. And Wyatt's here.
You got Wyatt too. Surprise special guest, Wyatt. How you doing? I don't know if you can hear me, but hi. Let's all wave to Wyatt. How you doing?
He didn't want me to get off the couch, so he came with me to the chair.
Podcasting weeknights, at this hour can be a little off the cuff. You never know what to expect. And I'm always rushing down at the very last minute. Obviously, this one's a little bit later. We started about 15 minutes later because I got home and I was like, I got to stream. So I had 30 minutes to get the kids in bed and come down here. So it's one of those nights. But we'll catch up more, Jen, in the actual episode because we got to record the episode, right? We got to actually do that part of it. And if anybody doesn't know, that's here. The Jurassic Mailbag is our segment on the podcast where people call in to our voicemail line. They'll send us audio clips. They'll write in to our website or to the email address, and they'll send us all kinds of content. But also, the new part of it is we're doing it live for you, so you can ask questions and comment on things and do everything right there in the live chat along with us. So I think that's a really exciting part about it this time around. So I'm excited for doing that, and it's Jurassic June. So I hope you all have a lot of questions and comments and everything. And hey, Wyatt. Hi.
He wants to show you his dinosaur.
That dinosaur is awesome. That is awesome, Wyatt. I have that one as well. I don't know. I know you can't hear me, but I have it over there. And it's... I have an old one. Look it. See that one right there, Wyatt?
Look how many dinosaurs he has, bud.
Look at that one.
See all of them.
Ooh.
This is gonna be a day.
This is it. This is the way we do things here. And Steven asked, did I miss last Wednesday's show? No, I did not do a show last Wednesday. Had to skip last Wednesday, so apologies for that. But we have one here for you tonight. I'm excited. And again, if anybody has questions, please throw those into the chat. Can be anything related to anything at all. Jurassic related, Camp Cretaceous, theme parks, toys, whatever, games, anything Jurassic related, just throw those in the chat and we'll try to get to them as much as we can. But like I said, we do have some other things as well to get to. So we'll try to go through as much as we can here tonight. But Jen, you ready to get things kicked off with the actual episode? Uh-oh. Sounds like you're on mute.
I was muting because he kept hitting the dinosaur.
It's one of those. It's okay. Here. Jason says, hello, Brad and Jen. Hey, Jason. How you doing? But yeah, and I've been collecting all the action figures since the first Jurassic. I collected all. Good job, Ed. Let us know. Yeah?
Yeah, I think he has he has most of those in his in those bins. Honey, let's let the dinosaur be.
Well, you have so many shelves now. You should be able to put those things up on the shelves and not just in a bin.
They're full. They filled up in about 5 minutes.
I like we keep going back to this shelf thing that you really had to be there for it, and I think it was at the very end of an episode. So I don't even know if anybody heard it.
No, they never. No one heard the shelves. Nobody.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. I'm ready. I guess I don't have to do anything differently here. I am recording already, I believe. So we got that. Oh, I do have to take the music down. So say goodbye to the nice little lo-fi music. Bye-bye music. All right. We're ready. Oh, yeah. You know what I got to do?
Is my stream really, really bad?
It's a little lo-fi right now. It's okay.
I wonder why. I don't know how to fix it.
I don't know. I'll try to see if I can do it on my end. I'm going. This is very behind the scenes for everybody. We're kind of just taking it nice and easy here. But I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can boost the signal a little bit on my end. Prioritize it. Let's see. All right, prioritized. There we go. All right, so what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to just basically, because we're recording this coming week's episode right now. So this is not the recording, but in 2 seconds, I'm going to start. I'm going to actually do the recording. So this is a little behind the scenes of hey, we get to talk for a few minutes before, and then we do the recording, and then we talk for a few minutes after. But we're... And Wyatt's going to have a lot to say. We have to at least...
I'm trying to mute as I go. I don't know.
We have to get some input, I think, to figure out, what is, the best stuff for kids for Jurassic June.
from the young fans. Well, he has his Jurassic PJs on. Oh, and there's Mehmet.
Oh, but he has the big stuffy in front of it. I like whatever that... Oh, the Hershey bar.
Well, that's his favorite. Yeah. There's Mehmet. Mehmet made his YouTube debut.
There's a whole lot of firsts happening here tonight. And let me go ahead and just share some things around here, and then we'll get started. Don't mind me. This is probably a very boring part of the stream. But you gotta do a little bit of extra work behind the scenes to get things going. But all right. I am ready. Are you ready?
Wait. I'm ready.
Yeah, it was a muted ready. I got.
This is how it's gonna go.
All right.
And there it is.
And as always for the Jurassic Mailbag, I have 0 notes as far as what I'm about to say. So this is going to be all off the cuff, and we'll see how it goes. I just wanted to double check that I was recording this. Come on, open up. All right. Hopefully this doesn't. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Actually, I'll just pull the audio from this. Yeah, let's keep them Jurassic-related questions if we can. But there might be something related to that as well, I think, maybe, if I read correctly in one of the emails. But, yeah, throw those questions and comments in the chat, and we'll get to them in just a second here. Let's go. Ready? Here we go. Let me take a sip. All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Jurassic Mailbag for the month of June. It is Jurassic June, finally, for 2023, which is a huge a huge time period here for Jurassic fans. It's the 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park. So I'm sure there's going to be some stuff to talk about here tonight. And if you checked into our Jurassic Mailbag last month, we actually did we did it live over on YouTube, and we are doing that again here tonight. Or, if you're listening to this on the podcast feed, it's not live, but it was at one point. So if you want to try to check it out, check out our website, check out our Twitter, see when things are going to be live, and we'll let you know. But this is a live Jurassic Mailbag, so we're going to go through your voicemails, your emails, your comments, your questions, and then whoever is in the live chat as well, we're going to read some of those too. But Jen, welcome to Jurassic June here for 2023, the 30th anniversary month. Are you excited? Are you excited about Jurassic Park? Are you? You're muted. You're muted.
Well, there's audio listeners here, right?
There's nobody's listening. This is how we do it every time. It's completely not live. Trust me, we're gonna edit it. It's gonna be perfectly fine. Nobody will know the difference.
Then let me do my excitement. I am so excited for June. I love Jurassic June. I'm glad we made it to another Jurassic June. We survived. How many Jurassic Junes have we spent together?
I don't want to speak too early because it is May 31st when we are recording this. So I haven't made it there yet, but I'm hoping to.
Close. We just have to survive this podcast.
And you had asked, like, how many has it been? Like, I was like, I don't know. My mind was blown the other day. Victoria from Victoria's Cantina shared like a picture of like, I think like her YouTube or Facebook or something that me and her did like an episode like 6 or 7 years ago. And I was like, oh my God, like that's crazy. Like, I've been doing this for so long now, since 2015. So what is that? 8 years now, something like that. And you've been along for the ride for basically all of that as well, for a lot of it, for the most part. I'll double check the reference, but it's been a long time.
Yeah. I think September was my first one.
September 27th, 2015 was your first episode. Yeah. And then you had a bunch of them just after that, in October, and then November. And I don't think, let's see, I'm trying to think. I don't think we did our first mailbag. When was the first mailbag? We did an episode. Let's see, let's go through the list here. You did a Defending Claire Dearing episode. We did Claire cosplay. So you talked a little bit about what it takes to get in. About that? Yeah, but everything there is to know about her. So it's like, that works. Then we talked about news and Target exclusives with you. I'm not sure. Maybe that was like, it might have been like a DVD kind of thing or something. But we also did ridiculous sequel theories. I kind of want to hear whatever that was. Oh, and by the way, if you're listening to this on the podcast feed, you don't know, but there's a special guest here in the room. You might have heard some clicking and some little chats. Jen has a little friend there with her.
Yeah, Wyatt's here. He did not want me to leave the couch, so he had to come with me to my chair. And he brought his new Red Rex, so if you hear roaring, that's from that.
That's what it is. I still have not opened mine. It's sitting in a box, but I enjoy hearing that roar. It does make me happy.
He'll keep doing it.
His first birthday. You did the podcast first birthday, Jurassic Fan Appeal, whatever that episode was. I don't have any clue. Site B. We did unanswered questions of the Jurassic series. That sounds like an interesting one. Lego Indominus. No, I'm reading these and I'm like, I don't remember any of these episodes at all. Here it is. I think this is the first one. So we did our fan meetup. Oh my gosh. We didn't do the Jurassic Mailbag until 2017. So that was I guess the first Jurassic Mailbag was. Oh, this is why it's so meaningful. It was because it was February. of 2017. That's why we always get stuck on that word. February 2017.
That's actually really late. That's we've been doing this a long time before we realized we could do a question and answer situation.
Yeah, and it's interesting that we didn't follow that up for a while. There was no March. We just kind of did the one. And then we did other episodes, most impactful scenes, 100th episode. And then again in July, we did it. And I think that was probably in July 2017 was probably the start of us doing the Jurassic Mailbag every month. And now, of course, we do it like every other month. But that's only a recent development, really. So, yeah, we've been doing this for a while.
In my mind,
lots of change.
Yeah, I feel like we did the first one, and then 2 weeks later we started the mailbag. I didn't realize almost 2 years.
I know. I didn't realize we filled 2 years with other stuff that we talked about, just consistently too, almost every month. You were on the show talking about something or other, and yeah, we made it 2 years before we got to the actual Jurassic Mailbag, and then another few months before we actually made it proper monthly kind of episode. It looks like. That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah, I didn't realize that much time passed. My feed really stinks.
Oh, it's all right. It sounds fine on my end, so that's all that matters, I think. Hopefully. But we do have some questions, comments. We have probably some stuff that's going to be in the chat in a little bit. But I want to start off here with, let's go to this email here, or I think it was from an email or our website, one of those. And it's from Chase here, and it says, "Hi, Brad. I have a few questions about the podcast, if that's okay with you. When is the second episode of the Ellie Sattler audio drama Amazonian Secrets by Arjun Boss coming out? And could you please edit together all the Jurassic Christmas songs into a playlist for multiple Christmas specials?" All right, so that's the question. Interesting question. I don't know when or if there's going to be Amazonian Secrets coming anytime soon. I know currently we have Tales from a Jurassic World, the audio drama airing on our show, and that's going to be ending very soon. I think on the 12th of June here. So there's only one episode left. So catch up if you haven't. But I don't know. You'll have to ask Arjun when that's going to come out. I know Arjun's been very busy. Haven't been able to get around to editing that. But I'll try to edit together some of those Christmas tracks. I did that a few years ago, and we've still added a ton since. And they're so much fun to listen to. Every December, I kind of throw them on the feed, and we kind of talk about them and have some fun. But I'll try to do that for you for sure. But I do have an MP3. I didn't get around to finding that, but I'll have to track that down. Where was that? Oh, here we go. Let's see what James has to say. I hope you can hear this. We didn't test this. Can you hear this?
The lowest in our heading is James Hawkins. Spared no expense. Well, there you go, Brad. There you go, Jen. The James is back.
The James
from Jurassic Unicast. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well, pair of you. I couldn't even tell you the last time I left a message on this. Couldn't tell you the last time that I really did much Jurassic content, if I'm honest.
Poor James.
Since Dominion, which didn't really blow my frock up, so to speak.
You're what?
I've not really got that Jurassic buzz anymore at the moment. And I feel like the 30th anniversary is not really doing much to get it back. I don't know how you guys feel about this. This is kind of what my message was about. Not about Dominion, although I'd like to hear your thoughts on kind of like where you placed the film in the rankings of your current state. Because if you're anything like me, the rankings change place quite regular. But for me, it's down the bottom, 5 and 6, around that point. I actually think I prefer Jurassic Park 3 at the moment, but that might change soon. Apologise for the wind that you hear. If you ever hear any interferences, just because I'm walking the dog and I thought I'd give you a message while I do so. But yes, where was we? 30th anniversary. I mean, that's
30th
right.
anniversary, yeah.
I feel like so far the only thing that I've found that seems to be remotely the 30th anniversary is a couple of toys, which I'm kind of not really interested in. And, well, I do like the Red Rex, though. The Red Rex is pretty decent. It's probably one of the best ones that Mattel's brought out in regards to legacy. And I liked the natural skin feel to it. I thought it was quite cool. Don't know why it's taken this long to do that. I don't know why they haven't done the regular toy in that sort of style.
It's on the screen right now.
And the shop that they brought out in London, that's pretty cool. What they did with the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary Natural History Museum, that's pretty good. But I want a show, or I want a film announcement. I don't particularly care about all that stuff. I feel like there's nothing happening at the moment, and I don't know how you guys feel. Do you feel like it's a bit bare, and it could be a bit better?
What's that?
I don't know, my buzz isn't quite there, and I want it to come back. Like, you know, like the old days when we got the name and the logo title, and everyone just got so excited, like kind of guessing like what it was all about and what it meant. And I just feel like we haven't got that anymore, you know. The hype train has left, and I do believe, for me and quite a few people that I know, seems to be quite happy that it's gone. Like, a little bit of me feels like we do need a gap. Like, we definitely need some sort of gap. I don't want them to churn out films, you know, quantity over quality, you know, and all that. But I feel like we need something announced, that something's in the works, albeit a game. I don't know. I'd like an updated Lego game. Because the Lego games are great. They're always great fun, and they stay very, very close to the storylines. And I think we need like a Fallen Kingdom stroke Dominion game, a Lego. That'd be great fun. Especially seeing as the Jurassic Park Operations game has been cancelled, which, by the way, was awesome. We did a little bit of a voiceover for that one. But I don't know. Sorry about the really, really long message. So apologies. And I hope this gives you something to discuss. Take care. Bye-bye.
Well, it gave us basically nothing to discuss, but we appreciate it, James. Thank you so much. I'm kidding. So, yeah, we were both hugging the Red Rex there as you were talking. And I think, you know, maybe since when did you send this? Because I think you sent this for the previous mailbag, and it maybe just missed the cuff. But it's still timely enough, I do think, because, you know, there's been a lot of updates and stuff since, and I do want to know, how do you feel now about the 30th, now that we are in it, we're here? How are you feeling about all those announcements and different things that came about? Do you feel like it's, you know, worthy enough for the 30th anniversary, or did you wish to see some more?
I mean, I don't know. What announcements? Did I miss them? Like, what announcements were they?
What announcements? Well, I mean, there was some stuff. There was basically there was a lot of, like, it's just too funny. Merchandise and you know, some stuff like the tribute store in Universal.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There was mostly just like merchandise announcements, really, for the most part. They kind of reaffirmed that, like, you know, the live tour is still going on, the exhibition's still going on, things like that. But a lot of merchandise and different things, and some really, really cool and interesting stuff going on. But for the most part, not a ton of huge reveals or anything like that. But I do think, for me personally, there was a lot. It was like a good concrete list of things. And, you know, off the top of my head, yeah, it seems kind of sparse, and there's not a lot to get excited about.
Concrete list, and I can't think of it. But there's stuff.
That's the thing. Is like, that's what I'm saying. Off the top of my head, it doesn't feel like there's a lot. But I have the list here, and it's just a massive list, a huge list of things. I'm scrolling, and it's just like, Okay, that is actually, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot, maybe not a lot going on per se, but there's a lot to celebrate with, I think. And it's not necessarily events or things like that, but there's plenty to do. They confirmed the theaters are going to be getting the movies, and at some point, I don't know if they're going to be coming this month, but at least around Universals and stuff like that, they will be coming. But you know, I guess that would lead you to believe that you're maybe a little underwhelmed then.
I don't know. I guess I'm not really. Wyatt fell asleep on the floor. I guess I'm.
Oh my
not
gosh!
really,
Really?
He did. He calmed down. He
Well,
wanted
that
to
happened to
do
my
things
daughter
on
last
the
night too, so it's all good.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting either for the 30th. Like, can't be underwhelmed for something I didn't really know what to expect. What can they really do? Like James said about being a new movie, like I'm kind of there. Like that's the only thing that would really get me into it like that much too. Because what are they rehashing the same thing? They can only show the same movie so many times, releasing literally the same toys, which is cool. But I mean, how many times can you really do that? And I have a very important question for you. Now, are you taking your Red Rex out of the package? Because you were hugging the package.
I was
just curious.
I am taking it out of the package. I just see, like, the problem is when things come to my house, when I order things and they show up, it's all about, like, I have to like film it, or I have to like produce something in order to actually open something. So like I haven't gotten to it yet, and I will. Because I don't like to keep things in their packages, but this package is so beautiful. Like I really almost don't want to take it out because it does look so good and it does remind me of the past. But like I do want it out of the box. So maybe I just need another one. I don't know. Maybe I need two.
We bought two. We bought two like from the get-go. Josh, it's one for him and one for Wyatt. So, and he left his in the box. This is Wyatt's. We have two.
Yeah. Oh, that works. Yeah, but I will be taking it out. And yeah, as far as like as what you said, like I kind of agree. Like what should we have expected? Like I don't really know what we should have expected. I think what a lot of us are going off of is the previous few years where we had like a movie coming out and we expected like fan events and meetups and things like that. This time around, we don't really have a film coming, so it's like, they're not going to spend a ton of money, I don't think, for in-person events and all this other stuff, but who knows, maybe they will, just to keep the brand alive a little bit. But I was kind of in that same boat where I was like, I don't know what to expect here, but James mentioned like film announcements, game announcements, stuff like that. There was actually an announcement that like some retro games are going to be coming, which is kind of cool. But as far as like a new mainstream game, like or even a Lego game, I think that would be a good one. It wouldn't really celebrate the 30th anniversary too much, but it is about time we got a Lego game featuring Fallen Kingdom and Dominion, or even adding Camp Cretaceous in there or something. Could be really exciting to get that. But a film, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I think the socials, didn't they just change the logo? Did you see that?
Oh, something happened with that, yeah.
I saw Neems had posted about it or something, but I didn't actually look to see. I'll take a look here.
I saw some ramblings about that. Though, I think we've truly lived our best life that we're probably ever going to live in our generation, possibly, with this.
That's it. We got nothing left. But yeah, no, they're... today you are Tom Jurassic, it says. Let me change your name. Let's change it to Jen. Yeah, so you do see the logo is retro. They went to Jurassic Park again, even though they do have the Jurassic Park handle. I think I'm assuming they still have it, but they went with the retro. The red circle with yellow background and the black T-Rex on there, the silhouette. So I like the look. It doesn't really work very well on Twitter because it's not like a circle logo, I guess. Or is it? I'm confused. No, they are circle logos, aren't they?
Yeah,
oh, you know Twitter? What? I think it's because they have a stupid like a different account, like where it's like you can upload like a square picture or something. Maybe I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. They have the yellow check mark, which I don't even know what that means anymore on Twitter. None of this matters anymore on Twitter. So like, I don't know. But they also did upload this like video here of it's a really weird video, but it's like they're dusting off like a little like green screen thing that has the logo on it and it's moving. It's odd. I don't know why they did this instead of just putting like a 30th anniversary like logo on the ground and dusting it off. Kind of looks silly, but it does say this Jurassic June we're celebrating Jurassic Park 30 all month long. So I am excited, and I think there's going to be like different videos on their YouTube channel and things like that. They did say that like I don't remember what it was, but making of videos featuring the film's cast and crew, behind the scenes stuff. New monthly content for fans on the Jurassic World Kids YouTube and Jurassic World channel. So, maybe there's something coming on there. I don't know, but I don't know what to expect as far as announcements. I mean, that would be really cool, and it would be great to actually get them talking Jurassic again, right? It just seems like outside of sharing, like, oh, this guy got eaten. Here's here's an old GIF. Just quippy things that they post on Twitter or Instagram. The greatest mother-daughter duo. Yeah, it's like, what else are they going to do right now? So I don't know, but it would be nice to have them talking about the future of Jurassic, but I don't know. Who knows if we'll get there? So, James, I don't know if we made you feel any better or not, but... We don't know what the future of Jurassic is. Who knows? But yeah, we'll talk about Dominion maybe some other time. But we've talked about it plenty. James, go back and listen. I know you haven't called in a while, but we talked plenty about Dominion. Okay.
We have. Just the other day though, I was having the feeling because it's summer, it's Jurassic June coming up, and I was having the feeling of like a Jurassic movie feel, and I was thinking like how Twitter was and how the whole thing was and how the set pictures and just the stills and the trailer and just the whole thing, and just knowing there was one like coming all the time, and now there's not, and it's so hard to know that, and it's in the foreseeable future. It's like, who knows? It's for a long time.
It could be. I mean, I want to get back to the days of like, hey, you actually know when the movie's coming and it's not going to be delayed for a long time and then you have to wait another extra year. I want to just like know when it's coming, be excited, because like there was something about, obviously there was a lot going on, right, with COVID and everything and the push and all of that of the film, but like it went on a little too long, right? We were all amped and hyped and ready to go, and then it got pushed way too long, and we're like, okay, now we're all drained by the time Dominion comes out. So I'm excited to hopefully get back to a time where like, hey, they say a movie's coming in 2025 or whatever. I know it's not that far, I guess, at this point, 3 years. No, 2 years. 2 years. What year is it? 2023. So yeah, only 2 years apparently. And like to actually know like, hey, we only have this amount of time to go. Let's get excited. Let's get hyped, and not, hopefully there's no pandemic next time around. We'll see. To be foreseen, I guess. But yeah, that would be interesting. But let's get to another question here. Let's see. We have a email, I believe, here or something from Corey, and it says, "Hey there. With the news," hey, this goes back to whoever commented in our live chat about Harry Potter. Corey says, "With the news of the new Harry Potter reboot show being made, where they're retelling the books a season at a time, would you want a Jurassic Park reboot show that retells the books? Would you want the reboot to be similar in tone with the movies, or go for the mature R rating the book went? Thanks for the great podcast. Have a Jurassic Day, Corey." All right, so there we go. Yeah, they are doing a Harry Potter TV show, right? Apparently, which just doesn't make any sense to me. Feels like the movies were just 4 weeks ago. Yeah, way too soon.
Too soon for them. So to even do something with Jurassic Park like that, I just feel like That's just too soon. That's too soon. Even though I know Jurassic Park itself was years ago and we've had the Jurassic World and such, but I don't know. If someone announced tomorrow, we're going to do a Jurassic Park series, okay, yeah, maybe that would be cool. But it feels too soon. It feels like, I don't know, maybe because Harry Potter has had a gap and then kind of moved on to the Fantastic Beasts thing and then came back and now it seems like it's too soon, but we're still on the coattails, I guess. Maybe it's not for Jurassic too soon because we're still on the coattails and we're still within like range for stuff. So
Yeah.
maybe
I
I'm just
mean,
desperate for something.
I think if they said like 2026 or something like that, and they said in 2026, HBO or Peacock or whoever is going to get a Jurassic TV show that's going to be a retelling of, the original book. At that point, if there's nothing on the horizon and you've waited, when did Dominion come out? Was that last year? Oh my, so I guess hey guys, it's been a year since Dominion. I forgot about that. But so, if we had to wait 4 or 5 years for more content, I mean, maybe that would be enough of a gap. But it's gonna always be hard, I think, no matter how long the gap, because the first movie was so iconic, right? Even though it was very distant from what was on the page, it was so iconic, and all the imagery that they made, everything that they did. Like if Grant shows up in like a Hawaii, like me looking like this with a Hawaiian shirt and a beard, like, there's going to be people that are like, that's not my Alan Grant, and I don't know if I want to like deal with that so much, but like, I think I would be interested if they waited long enough and then went for it. I don't want it to be like coming next year. Like, I don't want that to happen. It's too soon. Like Harry Potter, Harry Potter, the original movies, I still think that's all too soon, and those were too good to redo. What are you doing? I don't know.
Well, I guess this would give us our chance to get, like, if they started in the books in the beginning and went all the way through to Dominion and filled in all the gaps that we want. And you just get one series that does the whole thing, but not like a clone, like a kind of a retelling and a based upon. And I guess I don't read, so I don't know how close the books are to, like, if we continued it on, if it would even match up with anything where we are now. But
Yeah, no.
maybe they could do it
Nope.
creatively, some sort. But I think
Yeah, I mean,
that would get our full thing. We would get our full circle of this is the beginning, and then we get everything, even if it's completely different, retelling based upon. At least you'd get a full story. It would
yeah,
exist.
I like the idea of like a 1-for-1 remake. I like at some point, I guess I do like that idea eventually. Like I would like to see what some of those things are. I just don't think we're there yet for that
No,
right now.
We're not.
But like it is an interesting idea. Like I've always said that I'm not necessarily like for like a hard R kind of Jurassic, but like I don't know. I think with the success of like a show like The Last of Us, which went, I don't know if you've watched that or not, but like for the video game, it was very close to what the video game was. There was some slight differences. But it was incredibly close to the source material. And I think that was why it's so successful. As a video game franchise, it didn't try to do its own thing like some video game movies or TV shows do or whatever. It actually did what you saw in the game. And I think that would be interesting at some point maybe. But it would have to be a bunch of years away from me. But, I would be accepting of it, I think, at this point. Sometime in the future.
It would be nice to get something that just, even if it's its own version and it's not like canon, as you say, but if it's just this one version that starts at the beginning and goes to where we are and just encompasses like the whole time period, like that would be nice. Be interesting.
Yeah, it would be different. I don't, they could do, they could do it as like 2 seasons. It's like 10 episodes. You get the first book and then the second book, The Lost World, and then. If if it's successful and they want to do more after that, sure. But like it would be its own canon. It wouldn't be something that you would necessarily mix with the movies. They're their own thing. This show or something could be its own thing. But I think, I think that would maybe, outside of them doing, Halo. Somebody in the live chat mentioned Halo, which did its own thing, right? And it changed a lot of stuff. I watched like one episode and I was like, I'm out. I don't need to watch anymore. I don't think, even though I've been looking forward to a show like that, it just didn't hook me for some reason. But The Last of Us did, and I think, I don't know. I would be interested though in a retelling of what they did in the book, to get to see those things play out. Could be interesting. But what was I going to say? I was going to say, at this point, I think the only thing that's going to get Jurassic fans like super happy is because like it's pretty divided still, would be something centered around Jurassic Park or Isla Nublar or Isla Sorna, and like maybe in between those movies, The Lost World and Jurassic Park. I feel like, sure, a lot of people are going to be happy if they announce, a continuation from Dominion, but I think people are clamoring for Jurassic Park, especially now with the 30th anniversary. So something like this could be very exciting for a lot of people. But yeah, I just don't want them to rush into it and then just, be like, well, you could have made it better or something. So hopefully if they do ever do it, give it some time, Jason here says, I feel like we are likely in a place in time again where the creators and Universal will have to agree on where the franchise goes next, and it could be several years before we get a new script and development. Yeah. That was Jason in our live chat. I hope so. I mean, I don't want them to rush into it. I feel like with Lucasfilm right now, it feels like a lot of stuff that they announce and want to get out there, it's like they want to rush and get things out there. And I'm like, no, let's just relax and like take our time and then get something out that's like excellent, So hopefully Jurassic does that. If they had taken their time, I know maybe a lot of people weren't excited with Dominion, but if they had taken their time, I know it was an extra year, but they could have made it 2 movies and then, made a lot more people excited about that.
I would have liked 2 movies. It should have been 2 movies. It really should have been.
It should have been, despite me liking Dominion, it definitely should have been 2 movies. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, who knows? Maybe if they did a book retelling, maybe it would be 2 seasons. Who knows? It could be a cliffhanger in the middle of the book somewhere. But yeah, so that was from Corey. Thank you, Corey. And then Jason as well. We do have a voicemail here. Let me go ahead and play this one. We actually do. I don't have a lot of voicemails this time around. I think we have a few emails and things. I'm going to go ahead and play these 3 voicemails. I usually don't everybody get like super excited. I don't always play multiple voicemails from one person, but this time I will. So let's see what we got here. This is, I don't know who this is from. Maybe they will say it. We'll see.
Oh, I just noticed the thing is on. Hold on. Hey, this is my first voicemail I've ever sent in. So, hi, Brad, and hey, Jen.
Hey.
Anyway, well, I can't believe I'm actually sending a voicemail to the Jurassic Park podcast. I've been listening to this podcast for about 4 to 3 years. I've sent in messages through, like, the website, and through comment section. But anyway, yeah, I'd just quickly like to make out a quick point about something. It has something to do with Jurassic World Dominion. So I think that as much as I love the film, I feel like it kind of was not exactly bland, isn't it? I don't know if that's the word, but I enjoyed the movie a lot. But I'd just like to say that I think there are some things that could have added more excitement or action into the film. So, like, I think they could have added Zach and Gray to have a cameo or something like that, or at least have them be mentioned. I mean, yes, in the movie they play the family theme like once or twice, or like the Zach and Gray scene once or twice. But yeah, so I feel like they should have appeared, and I also feel like Lowry, if you remember the guy from Jurassic World, the first one, like he was mentioned, his actor was in there, and I just feel like he could have had a role. Another thing I wish was, like, more references to Jurassic Park characters, like maybe Lexington could have made an appearance, or something like that. Or, like, what if they had gotten older and they're working on the dig site, or the site where Ellie Sattler was working, or Alan Grant was working, or one of them were working. I don't quite know. I also feel like I feel like the Giganotosaurus looked like it had more in it than just like regular dinosaur DNA. Like, I feel like it might have had some sort of hybrid DNA. I don't know. That probably doesn't even make sense. So yeah. I'd just like to know y'all's thoughts on that. I might send in another voicemail in this exact same episode or whenever y'all get this. So yeah, these are just my quick little things I want to say to y'all. Love the podcast, like I said, and yeah, stay safe, stay Jurassic, and yeah, I'll see y'all then. Bye.
I was on mute. There we go. That was I forgot if they said their name or not. Apologies. But let's start there because I know we have other voicemails to get there. But yeah, this is interesting. And I wrote this down because I was thinking about it while this caller was talking about bringing in other characters and stuff like Zach and Gray, Lowry, Lex, and Tim. Yeah, I think that would have been awesome. And to me, when you start talking like that, it does make me think about Universal. And I'm like, well, Universal does this currently with a different franchise, and that's Fast and Furious. And Jen, are you a huge Fast and Furious fan?
I'm sure you could guess that answer pretty good.
Well, all right. So I'm going to say no, you probably aren't. But I
rode the ride. That's as much as I know.
And it's probably one of your favorite rides ever, right? Isn't it?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's a fan favorite. You know it's a fan favorite. It's right up there. People would chain them to get rid of it.
So Fast and Furious, back with Fast 5, they actually did like, kind of not a reboot, but kind of like I don't know. They reinforced this franchise by like reinvigorated, I guess, by like bringing in old cast members from different movies and throwing them all in, kind of like the Avengers or something like that, but for cars. This is the Avengers with cars. They all put all these characters together for one big action movie, and then that did so well that they've done it for every movie since. They haven't backed off. They've not done solo stories or anything like that. It's always the full team, everybody, and I appreciate that. I know they're wild, crazy movies. They're not everybody's cup of tea, but I appreciate them for doing something, as Dodgson says here in our live chat, that encompasses family. You've got family there, and you've got everyone there. And then specifically, I'm not going to spoil anything or anything, but I saw Fast X, Fast 10, whatever you want to call it, Fast 10, I think it officially is. The naming convention with these Fast and Furious movies is ridiculous. The last movie was called F9, and this one's called Fast 10, but with an X. So Vin Diesel had said, and this is a Universal franchise, Vin Diesel had said, like, this is going to be 2 movies. We're going to send off this franchise with 2 big movies, and, we're going to have everybody back or whatever. And, they're going to get all their, usuals back. And then on the red carpet for the movie, he's like, Universal, or the studio, he said, like, loved the movie so much that they said, we want you to do another one. So instead of making it a 2-part finale, Universal apparently loved the movie so much that they're giving him a 3-part finale. And I'm like, this is a Universal that I just don't understand, because like they'll do that for Fast and Furious and give them a 3-part finale with 3 major films that are, gonna, and I think Fast X was like $300 to $350 million to make, which is ridiculous. But for Jurassic, for Dominion, they're like, no. You got to make one. That's it. You got to just make one movie. Well, you're not going to get any others. That's it. It's the end. Do it now and get it done. Make it shorter. I don't get it.
The same thing. I say that all the time. Same thing that they said in the chat here, that you can have 100 Fast and Furiouses, you can have 100 Star Warses, 100 Marvel movies, but as soon as they make technically 6, but it's only been 3 in like this generation really of movies, it's like too many, too much, too many. But yet they make $1 billion. You know, they're Universal's top franchise, like they're their top money movie. And they don't even put them in the new park. They give them, you're right, like one ending movie, and it's just sad. It doesn't make sense, and it's sad.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. I'd love to know what the books look like, or like what the reasoning is. Like, what is, you know, the head of Universal, like, why are they saying that, you know, Dominion can only be this one part? You know, supposedly it was going to be the 2, but then they're like, no, you can only do the 1. And who knows if we can really trust Vin Diesel, you know, with this information. I know he likes to maybe put things out there and hope they come true. So maybe that's part of it, but maybe they did really like it and said, hey, make more. And that's just, to me, I'm like, well, man, how did Jurassic not get that treatment? You know, that was Jurassic KM that had said that in the chat about, you know, people being tired of, or just being like, oh, I can't believe they're making another one of those. It is really, it feels uniquely Jurassic to me, but maybe that's because we're so, you know, deep in the community here. But I see the memes like all the time. I saw one the other day that was just like, every Jurassic movie is the same movie, like 6 times. And I'm like, no, what? No, they're not. Not at all.
No. You know what? If they are, it's only 6 movies. Go watch your 20,000 Star Wars movies. At least give me my 6 Jurassic movies. Yeah, I know everyone. I know you love. There's people that love Star Wars and all these, but it's like, just let us have our fun.
Yeah,
just let us play too.
I like AHQ's response here in our live chat saying, do you think Spielberg has something to do with that, though? He said to Colin on his initial watch that it was too long and to shorten it. Well, I mean, AHQ, I'm not really sure where that information came from. It could be true. I don't know if Steven said that, but I'll take your word for it. I don't remember hearing that. Do you remember hearing anything like that?
That rings a bell for me.
Does it?
Something like that.
I don't know. It doesn't ring a bell for me, but you know, maybe that's true. Maybe he did say it's too long, but I don't know. I mean, like, would he say that just cut it into? I don't know. It could very well be that he was like, no, let's only do one movie. But I don't know.
You know, I don't know. That could be valid because someone is pulling the strings and holding them back, and Steven Spielberg doesn't care about Fast and Furious, so they could go.
Wait, do we know that though? We can't say that without knowing that for sure. Let's ring Steven up here and just see. Let's make sure.
You know why? They probably wouldn't have got all the parts then if it was Steven Spielberg. He probably has some kind of handle on this or something, and he's like, no, that's too many, and that's this, there's that, and
that is
not the right choice.
That is a pretty good point. I do feel like with maybe Steven, I don't know. I'm not sure what his point of view is. Maybe he does want to shorten things, and you know, and AHQ says it came from an interview with Colin. Well, that's good then. But yeah, maybe he does want to not make 2 films that complete the story. But also there's like Frank Marshall too, that like has his hands in things, and it seems like Frank is more of like an old school kind of creator where, like, you know, he doesn't want to do the whole like Lucasfilm route or stuff like that. I don't know. I don't really know. It seems like, you know, Fast and Furious is obviously like hip and cool and you know, a younger franchise. They also have how many? They have 11 movies since Jurassic Park 3. They have 11 movies since Jurassic Park 3. That's crazy to put it like in that way. 11 movies.
not fair. It's not right. It's just not, because you can't get this time back. You can't get these people back. Like, you can't do this again. This is
Yeah.
what it's gonna be here, and it's just sad. I feel like there's so many missed opportunities with this. Oh man, it has to be somebody there is pulling them back. It's not you know what? It's probably not Universal. We're blaming Universal, and it's probably not, because they'll gladly take another $1 million movie like over and over and over. So it's probably not Universal.
Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe it's not Universal. But with them being the studio behind it, it's like hard to not see them as the figurehead and be like, why are we doing two drastically different things here? So
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I would have loved if Dominion was like a two-parter that had like all these cameos and different things and fun stuff that we just kind of dropped in just to see what some of these people were doing and maybe their experience with what's happening in the world. Could have been cool.
We even talked about that, like many episodes when on our million speculations, we brought that up. Like many characters, like how would they fit? What would they be doing? We want to know what they'd be doing. Just cameo in Kirby's painting towel. Like we had this conversation a lot, and we would have liked that stuff.
Yeah.
But you can't. What are you gonna do in a 2-hour movie? You gotta be quick. You can't do nothing else.
I guess. Yeah. I guess. I mean. We'll see what this next voicemail is here. Maybe I don't know if we're talking more about Dominion or not, but let's take a listen. It is from the same caller.
Hello. Yeah. Same guy. Same guy.
Same guy.
Same guy that just left a voicemail. So this is kind of like a part 2 to my previous voicemail I sent in. Which had so yeah. I just like to quickly say it was an idea I had for Dominion, and I also have a thought on the podcast that I'd like to throw out. But anyway, quickly, my other idea I had for Dominion. So yeah, part 2. So yeah, I feel like they could have expanded to Isla Sorna. Like, just picture if Dodgeton's headquarters was on Isla Sorna. Like they would already have a lot of dinosaurs, or I feel like there could have been some dinosaurs left on Isla Sorna. Maybe, I don't know. But I feel like Isla Sorna shouldn't just be left in the past, because I'm pretty sure there's a potential in there. Like, I don't know, maybe they left Isla Sorna out for a reason, and they're gonna like make a sequel spin-off show of them like going, like, say a hunter goes on a hunting trip to some island in the middle of nowhere. Little does you know, it's Site B for Jurassic Park, and he stumbles across dinosaurs. Like, that would be very awesome. Like, that's a way to continue, I guess, the film. Or some bad guy is going to get DNA from the dinosaurs of Isla Sorna and do something like a lot of the bad guys of Jurassic does. So, yeah. I feel like that's something that could happen. I also feel like, we need some sort, like, for sequel shows, we could have, like, I mean, there's rumors of a show called Jurassic Deep that'll happen about, like, I don't know exactly what, but I feel like it might have something to do with the Mosasaurus. And also, I also heard somewhere that James Gunn, a director of movies, like, I think, I don't know, he directed movies. I heard somewhere that he pitched an idea to Chris Pratt of a possible Jurassic show circling around the Mosasaurus and stuff like that. I don't really know much about it, but it was a rumor. So yeah. Another thing that was rumored was the fact that, like, I think there was going to be some Lego Jurassic World game. Like, I don't know, like, if you go on the, like, I think Lego Jurassic World Wikipedia or Jurassic World Wikipedia, I don't know which of the two. It said, like, if you look on, like, Lego Jurassic World or something like that, it says, like, some sort of game or something like that. I don't know much about it. It's a relative.
Oh, did we lose you? Was that it? Okay. And let me just continue it right here, because this one I think continues.
Hello there. Again, sorry, it cut off, and that confirms that the voicemails I've been sending are pretty long, so I'm quickly just hurry up and finish it. Yes, part 3, I guess you could say. sorry so much for that inconvenience. So I'm just going to finish where I was off. Like I said,
The
possible
Lego.
sequel to the Lego Jurassic World game. So yeah, I don't know if this is going to go out of order or something like that. Yeah. So Brad, Josh, when you're gonna if you review these, yeah, I just quickly like to say, look through the voicemails and you'll find eventually those things. So yeah. So besides that, I'd just like to say quickly my thought, or something a bit of a recommendation on the podcast.
Okay.
I know y'all been open, at least releasing an episode every 2 weeks, maybe every once a week. I have an idea to extend more episodes, and that's maybe interview people, talk more about games, older games or something like that, maybe pointing out Easter eggs in films or something like that. And yeah. So that's pretty much all I really have to say. I forgot also to say happy JP30. Can't believe that. So yeah. I'll see y'all. See y'all around. All right, peace.
Oh, thank you for the recommendations there. I'm scrolling through the list of episodes, and there's literally 449 episodes that you could listen to. I mean, there's some interviews in there, maybe not a ton of cast and crew, but there's some interviews, and definitely a lot of Easter eggs. I think there's definitely some Easter eggs in there. But yeah, we do as much as we can here at this point, going on 8+ years.
A little, just 'cause it's too much.
It's too much, so we're always reeling it back, yeah. But appreciate it, and I'm glad that you want to hear more content from us, so that's awesome. And the Dinosaur Channel here in our live stream feed says, Brad, this shirt makes you look like a prehistoric pastor, and I love it. Welcome, everybody, to today's sermon on Jurassic Park. I'm going to tell you all about dinosaurs. I don't know where to go with that. All right, so, but what was the second? Oh, so there was a lot of talk about Sorna in that voicemail, right? About going to Sorna and having a story set around there. And yeah, I'm all for that. I am definitely all for that. I think a lot of people would be excited about going back to Sorna, whether it's, like I said before, a prequel. I think that would be probably the most exciting thing. And hey, you could even do a sequel at this point and be like, oh, there's still stuff out there. But I'm all for Sorna. If you could have Sorna, would you gladly welcome it back, even though you're not a huge fan of The Lost World?
I mean, yeah, I'm not a fan of the movie, but I don't hate the island. But I think that was part of our speculation at some point with Dominion about the sanctuary thing being on Sorna because it makes sense, and even something with Fallen Kingdom, moving the dinosaurs to Sorna. We've talked about it, we've included it in every movie at this point, and it's just never happens. But the Church of John Hammond.
Welcome everybody to the Church of John
Hammond.
Hammond.
Strike any minute now.
Yeah. But yeah, we have, throughout the several years of doing this, we've definitely talked a lot about returning to Sorna and what kind of stories you could bring there.
It makes sense. I mean, it makes sense with a lot of the things we talked about before. When we do all our speculation, it makes sense. So it doesn't make sense that we really haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, and to not really ever get it during this latest trilogy is man, it's such a missed opportunity. I would have loved to have seen more from it, but we didn't get it. So maybe there's room for more, I think. And you could certainly do a prequel without ever touching or stepping on the toes of the Jurassic World trilogy. You could definitely do. You could even do a whole trilogy within that time period between the two trilogies, But yeah, and then you mentioned something about James Gunn and Chris Pratt. I feel like I remember hearing something about like a pitch from James Gunn to Chris Pratt, and that would be awesome. I feel like James Gunn's it's I don't know if you were trying to say like it would be cool if he ever came to Jurassic. It would be really cool to see if he came to Jurassic, but that's not happening anytime soon because he's got a lot of DC stuff on the table currently, which I'm very, very excited for. James Gunn has done so many awesome movies. And I did see the other day, I don't know who said it, so apologies, but I did see somewhere on the timeline that somebody mentioned James Gunn did a better job with the genetics and hybrid kind of stuff in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 than Jurassic World did with the entire trilogy. And I was like, I mean, it depends on how you want to look at it, I guess. I think story-wise, yeah, maybe James Gunn probably did a better job in one movie. But I do like this stuff. I love the hybrid stuff that we got throughout I guess really, we'll say the 3 movies, you know? I do like it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I'm glad they didn't do it though with Dominion, but
yeah. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much for leaving those voicemails. Really, really appreciate it. Let's go to let's see. This is from Liam, and it says, "Hi, Brad and Jen. This is Liam, and I've been listening to the podcast for just over a year now, ever since I read the novel. Do you guys think that Universal should make a live-action TV show, which is basically the novel?"
Bizarre. How are the themes of these episodes? It always happens.
It always happens.
How?
Always.
Every time.
Do you think they should make the novel by Michael Crichton, which actually has all the deaths shown on TV? And I think they should. And would you watch it? Only problem is my parents don't have Netflix, so I probably wouldn't be able to watch it, but I would watch it if I could. In my opinion, the idea of the bull and female T-Rex showing up instead of the Therizinosaurus. Okay. Also, never mind. That was the end of that. I'm not sure what that last part meant, but yeah, as we said before, we'd be down for it at some point. Not yet, but some point. And I don't imagine it would be on Netflix, despite Camp Cretaceous being on there. But who really knows at this point with streaming? They're removing stuff left and right, so I don't even know if you can trust streaming anymore.
Netflix might not even be around by the time that comes out. Netflix is like in trouble.
You know, that would be just the thing. It's like they announce Amblin and Universal, we're gonna make a live action Jurassic Park TV show. It's gonna be on Netflix, and then like Netflix is like, we're sorry, we're folding the cards. We're all done. We're closing up the business, and we're all like, no. It was the only deal they could make. They couldn't make it anywhere else. Nobody else wanted it.
I think you predicted the future. I could see that happening. I could sadly, and then you know what? In 20 years from now, they'll find that old script and then they'll make a reboot of it, and then we'll see that again in a million years from now, and I could see that.
Yep. I could see that too. Let's see here. Jason said, I like this in our live chat. Jason says, the Jurassic Park podcast has enough content to enjoy for many, many hours. Brad, as a family man like me, I know his time is valuable and must be balanced carefully. Appreciate the time he devotes here. Yeah, thank you, Jason, for understanding. Yeah, it's become less easy, or I guess harder to get to over the years, right? Like in the early days, 2015, 0 kids in our house. You know, we didn't even live in this house when I started it. And then now 2 kids, you know, and as you know, Jen, it's just like, the time goes away real quick.
Yeah,
and then you're tired.
I mean, I had Wyatt sitting on me for a good portion of the beginning. So there
Is he
you go.
still sleeping on the ground?
No, Josh came in and got him. I was so sad. He was sitting there, I asked for a cookie, and I said, okay, go get a cookie from Daddy then, and I put him down, and he went right to sleep on the floor. So
that was me last night in my daughter's room. I was watching some videos with her before bedtime and in her big pile of stuffies, and then I'm like, what do you want to watch next? And she didn't respond. And I look and she's just passed out asleep. And I'm like, oh, I guess I'll lay here for a little bit longer. But I like doing that stuff more than doing this. Sorry, everybody. You got to use your time wisely sometimes. But yeah, I appreciate everybody who listens and goes out and mentions stuff like that. So, but yeah, let's move on to the next one here. This is from Sam. And it says, is this the next one? Yeah, this is it. It says, more ideas for Jurassic Park prequels. It says, hey, JPP, I wanted to elaborate more on the idea of a Jurassic Park prequel set in prehistory. We'd obviously have to do the Cretaceous, but why stop there? We got the whole Mesozoic era to explore. There could be a movie set in the Triassic, and it could be called Jurassic World, Dawn of the Dinosaurs, or a movie set in the sea, focusing on Jurassic World's Mosasaurus ancestor, and call it Jurassic World, Ruler of the Deep. Or even a movie about the end of the Cretaceous extinction and call it Jurassic World Extinction. That's the end of the email. Jen, what do you think about movies, I guess kind of like replicating what we saw in the prologue? Would you want whole movies like that, and would it be Jurassic to you?
I don't know. It would feel like the Walking with Dinosaurs that they do. It's kind of the same thing. Like, here's a day in the life of these dinosaurs, and we kind of already have that. Or versions of that. Not in movie form, but how would you do that in movie form? There's no people around, really, and the dinosaurs wouldn't be talking, so how would that be?
I don't know. I mean, right now we have Prehistoric Planet on Apple TV. And I think it has narration, right? That's the only way. Otherwise, it'd just be just watching dinosaurs. And I guess, that would be fine for a lot of people. But as far as like a continuation or adding to the saga or anything, it doesn't really have a lot of draw for me personally. I'll be honest. I didn't finish the first season. I know that's blasphemy probably for a lot of people, but I did not finish the first season of Prehistoric Planet. I think I had maybe one episode left.
Finished Camp Cretaceous.
Oh, come on. And I haven't watched season 2 or however many episodes there are of season 2. And I haven't watched, what was that other show? Primal, animated show on something or other. I never watched that. And, Jurassic is the draw for me. Yes, I love dinosaurs. I think they are awesome. And I want to see them. And I didn't go to see 65. I never got around to seeing it. And I haven't watched it at home. I haven't watched it here.
No.
I could probably do that. But I haven't. So the draw, like I was saying, is Jurassic for me. It's the characters that we love. The heroes and the villains in quotes, and the dinosaurs that we know. I'm attached to the T-Rexes that they show me, the raptors that they show me, and that's about it. I'm excited for other dinosaur content, and I do think that there should be more, but I don't know. I don't find the draw for going back to maybe the Mesozoic era and just kind of watching dinosaurs explore. It's not really what I think I'd want to see from the Jurassic series. I think as far as Dominion's concerned, I really appreciated them doing that because it was part of the story somehow. It was showing that T-Rex that we know and love and how it became the T-Rex, and where it came from, what its history was. So I appreciate that. I don't know that we could do that. If say each movie was well, this is where Blue's blood came from. This is the raptor. I mean, maybe would that be interesting? I don't know. If they maybe centered I don't want to give away all my ideas. Oh gosh. And look, he set me up for it. Steve is right here with the quote. Call you boy, Universal, okay? Call me, because I was just about to spill so many ideas. And I'm not gonna, but I think it would be great if they did something like that. with maybe that would be a good idea, like showcasing the dinosaurs' lineage. Maybe that could be a way to tie in these kinds of movies. I think I would be more apt to maybe watch something like that. But if it's just going to be dinosaurs in the past, I don't really care too much about that.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a stretch, even if they link them to dinosaurs that we know. I'd be interested, sort of, but I don't know if I would fully commit to that. I don't know.
Yeah, and Nikolai here in our live chat says, I don't know. Jurassic is about so much more than just dinosaurs. It's about hubris, greed, using technology without thinking about the consequences. Yeah, absolutely.
Agreed.
That is that is the core theme, is like these things come to life, and then how the characters that we know and love respond to that, and then what they do with that information about dinosaurs and the greed and how they're gonna stop it or feed into it. That's the interesting part for me. It's not necessarily the dinosaurs, and I know that's kind of blasphemy to say, but like I love the dinosaurs. I just think that the story is what I want to see.
Yeah, and I do say that a lot. My favorite thing about the Jurassic franchise is the people, not just the people, but like the aspect of human error, human flaw, and just that whole thing. Like dinosaurs are just kind of there doing their thing, and the story is the people. And I like the people story. It's more interesting than just, what do you have? Like we were just saying, you have dinosaurs just kind of walking around, eating, then walking some more. It's interesting when there's people and like things like that going on. That's what makes it.
Yeah. It's Jurassic is about the people and the themes. It's all about themes and connecting those dots. I like that stuff. I'm not sure if you can do that necessarily, unless it's like, this is the T-Rex and how the blood got from there to there. That's the only theme or idea you can connect story-wise. But yeah, you know what? I need to do like a what do you call it? Like a Patreon, and it's called Call Your Boy. Call Your Boy. And that's what it is. It's like, if you want to hear the ideas, you got to pay for them. So like, hey, Universal, you got to pay for the ideas if you want to hear them. Okay? All right, let's go to this email here. And this is from Sam. I think it's actually the same Sam. Potential directors for future Jurassic films. I know we had talked about this previously, like some different ideas for things. It says, hey, JPP crew, just writing this letter of ideas for who could be potential directors in future films. Here they are. Jon Favreau, who does Prehistoric Planet, to some extent. The Duffer Brothers, who do Stranger Things. Michael Dougherty, who did Trick or Treat, Krampus, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Peter Jackson, who did Lord of the Rings and King Kong. Guillermo del Toro, Hellboy, Pan's Labyrinth, Pacific Rim. Adam Wingard, who did Godzilla vs. Kong. Gareth Edwards, Monsters, Godzilla 2014, Rogue One. Michael Matthews, who did Love and Monsters. Or Greg McLean, who did Rogue 2007. So there you go. That was the list. That was the list of directors. I think I asked you previously. I don't remember. I don't think you had like a list really of directors you'd want to see.
No, I said how they could, every director could make a movie and I wouldn't even tell it was different directors. Like, I have a hard time telling the difference. It's all the same.
Yeah. I think that's good. Like for a franchise, at least, I kind of appreciate that with a franchise, to be like, it's cohesive. It looks very similar. But yeah, do you watch Stranger Things at all?
Yeah. I haven't really watched the last season, I don't think. But yeah, we watched all of it until that. Maybe
that's amazing.
We don't finish things.
Yeah, apparently. But I do think that could be pretty interesting, because throughout Stranger Things, I've found so many Jurassic references in that show, and things that have really felt Jurassic to me. I think, like, having the team that does Stranger Things come over and do something Jurassic related would be really cool. I don't know what it could be, but I think I was gonna suggest something, but it ended up sounding a lot like something like Camp Cretaceous. But like, imagine if like the Duffer Brothers made like a story about kids going to an island or going to Jurassic Park right after the events of Jurassic Park or something like that. That could be really, really cool. And you could have them. There you go, Universal. There's a little bait for you. I just gave you a good
so many
idea.
ideas. They should have paid you by now. Although they're not using your ideas, so I guess.
I know. I'm just laying out these ideas out here, and then they're like, "Hey, it would be great if you had an episode on ideas for future movies." And I'm like, "Guys, I've done it. We've done it many times."
Every single mailbag has had so many great things have come from mailbags. Nobody's listening.
Yes.
That's the problem.
Yeah, we've come up with like some really good concepts, I think, overall, between the two of us, like creating like cohesive ideas that like would pan out to be something really, really cool. So Universal, if you're listening, go back, check the mailbags. They started in 2017. Okay. I already figured that out. But yeah, February. Yeah. And then we took a little break until July. But I do think that list that Sam listed out there is pretty great. I would be in for, any of those people, I think. I forget who I had said. It was like, oh man, a bunch of people. But I think right now, like, I would really like to see Bryce do something. I think Bryce would be great to have in this franchise. I know she's like really committed to Star Wars and continually does like, at least an episode from like the different shows and stuff. But having Bryce do that, she really seems to be able to handle a huge scope, a project with a really big scope. So have her coming in to do Jurassic would be awesome. So that's my hope. I think that's my like number one get right now is just have Bryce come back. She and Jen will say she doesn't understand the characters, but like
I don't know.
We'll see.
Some
that's on the fence.
Some things I question sometimes, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know what a good director is or not. It all looks the same. So I guess I hear she's really good. So if she has an eye for that, sure. But I don't know.
I think she has a good eye for like really touching moments, with individual characters and sentimental stuff. But then she really like the action in her episodes is off the walls, and it's like cohesive and like visually interesting. And I think, her episodes to me stand out, for The Mandalorian and stuff. So I think getting her in there to do some Jurassic would be my ideal pick, I think, right now. All these other people are awesome. Like, to have Jon Favreau come in and do something would be great. But I think having Bryce come in, knowing the source material, to an extent, I guess, and kind of having connection with it, I think would be the best pick for me.
That'd be nice. I'd like to see what that would be. I would like to see it. I would, yeah. Maybe in like 10 years, whenever they decide to reboot it.
Yeah, maybe that could be interesting. Her doing the hard R book to TV. That's I don't know. That'd be interesting. I don't know. Could I see that? Do it, Bryce. Bryce, you listening? Send this to Bryce and just tell her that's what we want from her, is just to do the book in about 10 years. 10 years, put it on the calendar, Bryce, okay? All right, so we're gonna wrap things up here pretty quickly, but I have one more voicemail somewhere. Where do I have? Oh, here they are. One more voicemail here, and let's go ahead and give it a play.
If I was just wondering, what are your opinions on Dennis Nedry as a character? That's all I have to ask. Bye.
There we go. What are our thoughts on Dennis Nedry as a character?
He's good.
Do you have...
he's
good. He's a good character.
He's a good character. Yeah, I like him.
Good. We have the ability to elaborate, I guess. I'm trying to think of how. What do I think of him as a character? Yeah, I mean, I like the character. I do like the character a lot. I think, there's always the question of like how much of all of this really was his fault versus like the storm and stuff. And I think like, yeah, it was mostly him. But like, I like the context of him being undervalued, underpaid. Like there's really cool context to the story as to why he would do something like this. Maybe probably like some of the best context of a villainous arc, or something like that for a Jurassic movie is something like, hey, this guy's undervalued, underpaid, and maybe verbally abused or something like that by John Hammond every now and then. You never know. And it gives him motivation to do stuff like this and to undermine the system. And I love the character. I think he's funny. Like, it cracks me up. I can relate with his desk being a mess because mine is just, I'm a complete slob right now.
About that. Oh my gosh. You didn't even see like my desk. There's too much stuff on it.
Yeah.
If
I took off my glasses, I can't see, but
I
don't want.
Oh my gosh, Brad.
So,
me too.
Yeah. So I can connect. I can connect to the character like that. I guess I could afford more glasses, but I don't want to have to. I'd like to just keep the ones I have. So if that was me, if I was Dennis Nedry, I would have been still looking. I wouldn't. I mean, I guess he really had to get that DNA because he wanted the $750,000. So I guess I would have given up on my glasses at that point, but I would have been struggling through the jungle with rain and darkness and not knowing where I'm going with no glasses. That would have been really hard.
I can't see nothing. I would have been dead, like faster.
Faster. Yeah, he was dead. So like, it really didn't work out for him. But yeah, faster though. Faster, more dead.
It would have been immediate. I am useless outside. Without my glasses, it's even worse.
Yeah.
It's worse.
Yeah.
But I like him. I really do. I like his little nuances. I like his little squeezy thing that I have now. His little toy that's eyes fall out.
Yeah.
I love his little stress thing. There's a lot of like just key points, because I don't know if anyone else does this, but I watch a movie or something that I know and I watch a lot. I just pick up on like little things, like the little squeezy or the certain just things, and they're like my checkpoints. Like when I go through it, I'm like, oh good, that happened again. Like, not that it would not happen since it's the same movie all the time, but it's nice that it just happens. And he has a lot of them, and it's a good feeling, and I like him as a character. I like the stick. I like the whole thing.
He does have a lot of them. Like, I feel like you're talking about the squeezy guy, but like if you look at his desk, you see, if you watch his movie 100 times, you'll see something different on his desk the whole time. Whether it's him watching Jaws or, just the different pictures or the sticky notes and things he has all over the place. Like, I really like the character. And I think, we've talked about it for ages about the potential, for that character. And I know the character has like family and the Lego animated series or whatever, but like they love this character. Like they really do. They keep producing toys based off of him, and like obviously the Barbasol can is so heavily connected to that character. And I for one was like obsessed with like hoping that there would be a cameo of Dennis Nedry in Dominion in like some way, because it felt like that was going to happen with all of the products they were making. It felt like they were leading up to some big, de-aged thing or something like that, like with that character. I totally thought we'd get to see something about that character in Dominion, but no, we did not. So I mean, there's still time. Maybe that's what we get Bryce back for, is the origin of Dennis Nedry.
There you go.
Yeah,
that wouldn't be so uninteresting. That like, how did he get hired? What is he hired to do? And then his whole thing at the start of the company. Like, I don't know. It wouldn't be that uninteresting.
No, I mean the evolution of Dennis Nedry, like that book would be fantastic.
There you go.
Why do we not have these books? They really did not give Tess enough like of a leash with this writing. You know, with the evolution of Claire, wrote that one. Nobody in Universal gave it the time of day. You know, they're just like, oh, there's a book out. That's it.
Well, you know, half of me is very thankful that that book started with Claire. Could have started with another character and then we never would have got to her. But part of me is like, I'm thankful for that. And the other part of me is like, we know they had to write that book so Fallen Kingdom makes any sense whatsoever. Because if they just went right from Jurassic World to Fallen Kingdom without something out there to even kind of tell you why, yeah, that wouldn't have worked. Even though like probably 3 people read the book, still at least it's there. They'd be like, well, look, we explained it. Look, it's in the book. See?
Yeah. But if we had gotten other ones, that could have been really cool. And I would absolutely read the evolution of Dennis Nedry. You know, to get, because we get some monologue from Dennis while he's out on his little excursion. You know, he's like, come on, you know, I'm always sitting here talking and coming up with things and, you know, fetch, you know, stick, I can afford more glasses. You know, he's always commentating on like what's happening. But like, I would love to get like a book of what's going on in his head as this, you know, as he's going out. Oh man, I'm coming up with all these ideas, Universal.
You know what would have been good? To know if he was always kind of like that, if he was just kind of a scammy, scheming kind of person, or if he started out as like a genuine wanting to work for the company and then like it kind of beat him down. Like what is
amazing?
The true
like, yeah.
character?
Imagine that story of like him, the same as evolution of Claire. He shows, you know, you get to hear a little bit of backstory, like, and then he shows up for his job and he loves his job, but then John Hammond is just a complete jerk, and then he has to deal with Ray Arnold, who doesn't probably like him or something. You know, like it's just this whole thing. Like I could see this working out so well to hear this story. And then yeah, you get the evolution of him. You know, maybe when he was a kid, he loved dinosaurs so much he played with his dinosaur toys. And then to get to work at a dinosaur theme park, who could have imagined? And then it beat him down,
So,
you know, senselessly.
exactly
Like
the same as evolution of Claire is the same
Yeah.
kind of thing.
it's the same thing.
The moral is the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park beats people down
Yeah,
and destroys
seriously.
them. There you go.
But like at least
Moral
her
is
story.
destroys them.
Her story went like a different direction, and it like, you know, yeah, it beat her down, but like she was able to not become a villain, depending on
Yeah.
who you're talking to.
People say
But
that.
like,
I don't know. Yeah.
but
People
like
say
for
she's a
him,
villain, like,
well, yeah, I mean, she, you know, she's responsible for a lot of stuff, but like, you know, for
nobody
him to take
remembered.
that turn,
Never mentioned again. But yeah.
but for him to take that turn and actually become the villain, like what was that moment like? When was the decision made? Was it all just about money for him? Or yeah, maybe he was greedy this whole time and just not a good guy. Maybe he did get on John Hammond's nerves and was a terrible person. But I think that story could be awesome. It would be really cool to hear that story.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's a new one.
we like
I don't think
we
we've
like
ever
Dennis
talked about
Nedry.
that before.
No, that is a new one. And yeah, you cannot get Jurassic Park back online without Dennis Nedry. But here we are at the end of the show, at the end of the Jurassic Mailbag for Jurassic June. I like doing this live. This is fun.
I like live. It's fun interacting with people.
I love hearing the comments and stuff in the chat about like what we're talking about. I know I didn't get a chance to read a ton of them tonight, but every now and then it's good to see, you know, what people are responding to and what people are thinking about, even the voicemails that are happening or the ideas from other people out there. So thank you to everybody in our live chat today. Thank you to everybody for calling or writing in. And yeah, we're going to be taking them more because we'll be back with the mailbag in August. Yeah, that should be the next one.
Right. Now that time goes quick. We're doing every
Yeah.
other month.
Every
I can't
other
believe
month.
it's been-
So
I feel like we just did this. And it's been
I
2
know.
months. Really?
yeah, Yep. Yeah. So we'll be back soon. But yeah, as always, please call our voicemail line 732-825-7763. Just leave a voicemail. As whoever did today, they left 3. Try to keep it to like 1 voicemail. They're about 3 minutes long. Leave your message, and then we'll go ahead and play them. Especially when we have a lot of different voicemails and emails and stuff, it makes it a little bit easier. But you can also email an audio file if you want to. You can open up your phone, hit record on there on the voice memo app, and just send that over to our email address, JurassicParkPod@gmail.com. Or you could hit up JurassicParkPodcast.com and fill out our contact form, and then you can write us something right in there. I know a lot of people did that here today, so that's how you can get a hold of us. And also, you can watch. Usually, it's the Wednesday before the first of the month, whenever that is. That's typically, or at least the first Monday of the month, whenever that Wednesday is, before the first Monday of the month is when we record these. You'll get myself and Jen talking live in the chat. So if you want to, you could comment and do all that stuff, and we'll talk about whatever you mentioned there. But thank you so much to everybody. Thank you, Jen. What's going on with you? You got anything going on out there in the Jurassic June month here? Is there anything fun?
I did promise nothing that anyone in this chat or listening cares about.
Aw.
But I got a lot going on, but none of you care about it. I'll tell you that.
Aw. Well,
No,
I care.
It's
I care.
not Jurassic related. It's life, but it's good stuff. I mean, lots of stuff going on, but nothing anyone cares to hear about.
Well, that's nice.
So-
I'm happy for you. I am happy for you that it's not.
Yeah.
You don't have to, record or, type maybe too much, or, sit in front of a screen
Well,
maybe.
all of that actually. I took it upon myself to archive my entire family's photos, to digitize them. So I'm digitizing everyone. My dad's
Oh.
one of 5. So all of my aunts and uncles, I'm going to their house. I'm collecting their photos. I am
Oh my.
digitizing them because I bought a photo digitizer scanner thing. So I'm doing all of that because you know me.
Wow.
It's no different than when I do a VGH network, which is
Yeah.
archive photos. I clearly have a knack for this. Like I have this in me that I just want to be in pain and stress all the time to archive
Yep.
things. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
doing. It's a lot
I
of work.
like
It's a lot
that.
of looking at the screen and typing.
I like that because, how often do you get to see these things that are just like tucked away in some random closet or attic or
Yeah.
something like that, and you're like, oh my god, I didn't know this picture existed.
It's pretty cool. It goes
just-
all the way to the 40s. There's pictures from 1940s to like today. Like it's so cool. And
That's
I mean,
awesome.
that's what I'm spending my time on. I've spent my time on Bryce photos for so long. I'm spending my time on family photos now. So
I love that for you. That is nice, even though it's an
Thank you.
undertaking for sure. I like that idea.
yeah,
I
same thing I do. It's just a different
Yeah.
a different medium, but it's the same process of like just specific details and archiving. So
I was doing
think
something
I-
along those lines last night. I dug out the high 8 tapes, the video camera tapes, and I was looking because I wanted to get into the 1993 mood, and I wanted to really get down to like my 1993 self and see what was I like back then 30 years ago. And I wanted to see like, can I track down any remnants of Jurassic Park in my life just to see? So I busted out some tapes, and one tape I found, it was from 1993 summer, and I was like, all right, let me see if I can find anything. So I found June 10th, 1993, one day before Jurassic Park came out. There was video, and I was at my school field day, winning races on the field, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, we are so close. What's the footage on June 11th, 1993? And then it skipped right over June 11th and went right to June 12th. And I was like, ow, we missed the day. Like the day could have been documented in some way, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
So it went straight to me playing T-ball. So,
Well,
so
you know
yeah,
what you were doing before and after, so that's nice.
I do. Yeah. And I want to continue looking because like, I know once you move forward, I have like video of me opening up my like original Red Rex and Triceratops and vehicles and stuff like that for Christmas. But like, I want to check like all those other times. I want to see like, because I unfortunately don't remember the first time I saw Jurassic Park, and that's like a huge thing for me. I hate that I don't remember. But I would love to see like what are the remnants of me, getting into this phenomenon, and because I know it's there in 1993. I don't remember the specifics.
Yeah, I'm watching some 90s Christmas photos that I've never seen before in my life. And they're over like my grandma's house, and my older cousins are opening their gifts and everything. And I'm looking. I'm like, did you get a Jurassic toy? Because I know someone did, because they were over, all the toys were over my grandma's house at one point or another. So my older cousins have gotten them. So I'm like looking on them, trying to glance what they're opening and everything. Cause I'm like getting Barbies and crap. And I'm like, what are you getting? I see a lot of Ghostbuster stuff, like in the 80s. A lot of my cousins have Ghostbuster stuff. But I'm in like the early 90s now. And I'm just like, where are you dinosaurs? I know you're there somewhere.
I know.
Cause we had huge parties. We're a huge family. So we had kids everywhere opening stuff. Somewhere has to be a dinosaur.
Yeah, there had to have been.
It's so fun. It's so weird to think that happened. And I like in your back of your mind, you know it happened, but when you see the pictures, you're like, no, it like really did happen. It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, to get to see that excitement or in a picture or a video, and to like, that's what I just wanted to get down to the basics and see like what was I thinking back then, or like, how did I react to something? And it's exciting. It's exciting to see like 30 years ago, how did things go? I was watching on a screen that was maybe like this big, it was like a small square. But it's nice to have that footage.
It's very emotional going back like that and seeing everyone like kind of how you remember them, even though they're old now, like older, a lot older, 30 years now, right? 30 years older. And it's just like, wow, you still remember them like that. So it's so weird. But
yeah,
it's a good project.
Yeah. So we'll be cataloging and doing all that. Jen more so than I. But
you know what, Jurassic World too. It's same thing. I'm just a natural archiver. It's just what I do.
Yeah.
Huh.
That is a calling and a tough one at that. It's very time consuming. Very time consuming.
Oh yeah, painful.
So that's why we do every other month here, because Jen is just too busy trying to catalog everything there is.
Yes, I do. Yeah. I'm trying to catalog everything in my life ever, everything all the time.
I do the same, but with like spreadsheets. I have like spreadsheets of so many random things that I'm like, why do I have this? But then I continue filling it out. I'm like, okay, well, this is good. I'm glad that I know what movie I watched on this day and time. Yeah, it's weird, but I like to know those things. And specifically, I was able to reference what episodes you were on and what they were and what date. So
yeah, look at that.
I like being able to do that stuff. It's nice. It's color coded, so I can easily figure out which one is you throughout this long list of names and every person that's on the show. But yeah, it's fun. It's a good time. And that's all we have for you for the Jurassic Mailbag for Jurassic June. So for those watching on the stream, we will be with you in just a second. But to everybody on the podcast feed, thank you so much. Good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
We're still here. That was the end of the podcast, but this is pretty much the end of the show anyway.
Confusing so bad. I don't know what's happening. Like, the Wi-Fi box is like behind me, and it's still like. Ooh.
It could be mine. Mine's terrible. Everybody here in the chat will tell me like, "Oh, your stream's horrible tonight," and I'm like, I don't know what to do about that. I can't make it any better. But I appreciate everybody sticking around.
2023, like, why is the internet crystal clear perfect?
Yeah, I don't know.
2006 YouTube quality.
Yeah,
it's so bad.
But let me get the music back going here as we get ready to head out. Let's see. So it becomes. Oh wait, I didn't see the first part. It says, I will be observing Jurassic June in my own ways, watching films, read the comics, etc. But truly, I am hyped for Indiana Jones 5 and watching the movies, the series, read the comic books, collect the merch. So it becomes a combined month of enjoying two of my favorite franchises. Yes, absolutely. Combined. I'm right here, right with you. I've got the Indiana Jones toys. I just, I was going to check out Young Indiana Jones today on TV, but I didn't get a chance to. It's been like 16 years since I've watched it, which is ridiculous. That's way too long. But yeah, it is a hype month for Indiana Jones. I am so excited for that movie. Yeah,
I'm excited. I'm gonna go to the theater and I'm gonna see it. Now, I'm not a mega Indiana Jones like crazy mega person, but I've seen them all and I've seen them multiple times, and I could quote Temple of Doom like really good. Me and my dad, we got that one really good. So with that, and I saw Crystal Skull in theaters, and I will see this one in theaters.
Yes, that's awesome. I'm so excited.
I don't hate it. Like, I'm sure everyone thought, oh, well, Jen's going to hate that one. No, I don't hate that one.
I was kind of waiting for it. I was waiting for it. And not just because of you. I was just waiting for it because that's the comment is like, oh, well, that one stinks, or that one doesn't exist, or, there's only 3 movies. But I'm glad you didn't go there. That was nice.
Yeah. There you go.
Because I love it. And right here, I've got Indy from Crystal Skull with the fridge that he climbs into. So I love it. I love that movie. It's got its bad moments, but I think overall it's awesome and it's undervalued. So yeah, it is. I've got like all of the books for Indiana Jones and some comics and different toys and things. I'm obsessed with it. So, and obviously basing my show off of the IndieCast podcast. So yeah, it's a very deep franchise for me as well. And I'm excited for Into the, or what's it called? Across the Spider-Verse, whatever the movie is, the Spider-Man movie coming out this Friday. I'm going to be seeing that.
Right.
I've been seeing movies like every week. It's ridiculous. There's so many movies coming out. So at least there's things to look forward to,
Mario was the last one I saw. I always said I didn't see Guardians. Josh sees that with his brother. But we saw Mario. There's a scary movie coming out. That Boogeyman movie. I'm going to see that.
Oh, yeah.
I think that comes out this weekend. I love scary movies so much. That's my favorite thing. I see every scary movie.
But you don't go to Horror Nights, though?
No, I don't like the jumping out, like the haunted houses.
I
love everything
movies?
about it. I do.
Make it make sense.
I love ghost stories. I don't know. I love everything scary. I love Halloween. I just love everything scary so much.
Yeah.
I love all kind of ghost stories, but I don't like the jumping out at me.
Man. Oh, well, I can get that. Yeah.
I've seen everyone that comes out I go see. I saw Scream 6. Like, I just see them all.
I think this month I've seen 4 movies in theaters. Return of the Jedi, Guardians of the Galaxy, Fast X or 10, and The Little Mermaid. So.
Oh yeah, Little Mermaid. We haven't done that one yet. We were just in Disney for like 2 weeks, so we kind of missed the month. We literally missed the month.
I'm gonna try. I'm still trying to get back to Universal, so hopefully that's gonna be happening like in the next week or 2. That would be nice. Because I want to go to that tribute store. Like, it's killing me to know that it exists and I haven't seen it in person.
I know. We're going to Disney on Sunday, and like, we don't have a rental car on this trip. We drove down on the last one, so we had a car, so we could have snuck over there. But this trip we don't have a car, so we can't. It's a quick one. It's only a week.
But is the whole family's going, right? Or
me. Well, my parents. This will be my parents are coming with this one, and the last one was Josh's parents and his brother. This one we my parents.
With the kids, it always makes it hard to like Uber over or do anything like that.
Anything?
It makes
I believe the word you're saying is do anything.
Do anything, yeah. But I'm gonna try to. I'm trying to get down there with like myself or my wife. The 2 of us, and the kids can stay here or wherever. So we'll try to make that happen sometime soon. But yeah, too many things going on. So this is going to be a crazy month, June. Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna get any content out there, but we'll see. But
yeah, I've abandoned all of my fan stuff, and it's sad. But and you know what? You know what you say about June? I'm thinking, well, Kennywood opens, Dutch Wonderland opens, like the polls open. Like I'm thinking that. I'm like, well, that's my June. It's gonna be going to Knoebel.
Oh, Knoebel's. Yeah,
doing stuff like that. Kennywood, Idlewild. I cover both coasts of Pennsylvania, so I could do everything on both sides and in between.
Yeah, I like that. And let's wrap it up here with this comment here: Crystal Skull over Temple of Doom.
Oh, come on, take a seat.
I like that. I like his seat. This is a good. I like Crystal Skull over Temple of Doom. I think that's my pick as well. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, I'm gone. All right, and it's over, and I'm gone. Oh, because no way, Temple of Doom is like the best movie ever for Indiana Jones. It's one of the top best movies of all time.
No,
it's so good. It's so funny. It's so good.
Look at that. I forgot. I have lock. How do I lock this? Got Indiana Jones as my lock screen here.
Look at you being the fan.
Oh yeah, big fan. Yes, but yeah, we are out of here. So please donate below. Share this stuff around. Also here, go to our website and well, that's not it. That's Twitter. Check out the episode over on our website, or listen to Peace Before the Panic, Tom Jurassic's awesome Tales from a Jurassic World. Check out our YouTube channel, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And as always, find us over on JurassicParkPodcast.com. You can go to Twitter at Jurassic Park Pod, at Jurassic Park Podcast over on Instagram. I'm not on Facebook.
But you're listed there.
But I am. And also on TikTok, you can find us there, Jurassic Park Podcast, I guess. And you can listen to the show everywhere podcasts are found. But yeah, I'm at Brad Jost, and I have been uploading things to my personal TikTok, which is like, I guess, just at Brad Jost as well as the podcast TikTok. This is one that I just uploaded. Any fans of Back to the Future out there? I have Blast from the Past here. Grays. Sports.
See, I like
Almanac.
that too. I like Back to the Future as well. So
Yes.
and I'm not Star Wars and I'm not Marvel, but I like Back to the Future and I like Indiana Jones. So there you go.
Yep. Those are my favorites. Those movies, Indiana Jones, Back to the Future, Jurassic. And I love that this is like a legit book, and it actually has like the score that the UCLA wins 1917. It's in the book. Mm-hmm. It came with a receipt like from the store. It's got the dust jacket, because those were all the rage in the 80s or whatever. So I've been uploading like different like unboxings and things on my personal TikTok. And yeah, I don't know. What else was I going to say? I don't know. That's about it. Thank you everybody for watching. Stay safe out there. Be kind. Happy Jurassic June. Happy Pride Month, everybody. Have a good one. Bye, everybody.
Bye.